What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Steps Ahead TV, where we're giving you guys that weekly content on how to stay a step ahead of the competition. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in last week to the first ever video of me actually officially back on YouTube. So if you haven't checked that video out, make sure you check that one out after you look at this one. We got some good footage for you guys again this week for video number 2. This time me and Bella, we decided to take a trip to Atlanta. So in the previous video, you know, I had to go get the paperwork just to even be able to get her on the flight. So I decided to go ahead and vlog this first time of us actually flying together. This is actually my first time flying with my dog. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some good footage of me and her going through the airport. And then we'll come back at the end of the video and I'll just give you guys like my takeaways from it, you know, the do's and don'ts and just my whole experience with the different airlines. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that alert bell, because Steps Ahead TV, man, we coming at you guys each and every week with nothing but positivity, nothing but straight, real content. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I ain't gonna hold you up too long, because we come on back and, you know, I give you guys my takeaway. Back at it again with yet another video. This time doing things a little different. We're actually taking our first trip to Atlanta, so pretty excited about that. Me and Bella, you know what I'm saying, we're actually packed up and getting ready to leave now. So I'm gonna take you guys along. I hope you guys enjoy. It's definitely gonna be a lot of content coming, so stick around. Just made it to the airport, running a little behind, so won't do too much recording right here, but catch up with you guys once we get inside. Finally made it inside the airport. Now we're on the way inside. See you guys at the desk on our way. Bella, come on. No, look. Come on. Finally made it through security. I ain't really do too much recording because there's a lot going on. I had to damn near curse the lady out at the front for not putting my pre-check on there. But on the way now, made it through security pretty smooth. So on to the next. You took again. Hey baby, begging you to again. It's me, oh yeah. Wait till forevermore. So for my first takeaway on me and Bella's first flight, I would say make sure that you're there on time. It gives you a 2-hour block to be there early. I would definitely tell you to be there early because you got you're not just traveling with yourself. You got your dog with you. So you have to make sure, you go up to the front ticket counter, make sure your itinerary, everything is perfect so you can get on the flight and there's no complications. So the earlier you get there, the more relaxed you can be because you have a lot more time before your actual flight takes off. So like I said before, get there early because anything can happen. So for number 2, my second takeaway I would have to say is your travel essentials. Now this is very important because when you're going through the airport, you don't really have time to stop. I didn't really even see any dog type of stores in the airport, but I could have been wrong. So bringing these essentials with you will make your trip a lot much easier. So the first thing I would tell you to bring is 2 dog bowls for sure. That's pretty self-explanatory for water and for food. And also bring treats. You're going through the airport, you're not going to be able to really give your dog a full meal. So having treats going through the airport will make things a little bit easier so your dog is not just not eating nothing the whole day. The third thing that I would bring is a blanket. Sorry, I kind of paused, but I would tell you guys to bring a blanket because on the airplane it gets a little cold and they might not have any extra blankets on the actual airplane. So have your own, make things a lot more easier. You don't have to worry about actually looking. The fourth thing I would tell you to bring, if you can, is a travel bed. Depending on the type of animal that you have and if you're able to actually put the dog on your lap or you have to put it on the floor. If you have to put your dog on the floor, if you have a nice little sleeping mat so they're not exactly on the floor, make things a little bit more comfortable. Luckily for me, I had Bella. She was able to sit on my lap, so I didn't have any issues with her actually sitting on the floor. But it's still something good to have just in case. And the last and final thing, well, not the final thing, but the most important thing is you make sure you want to have your waste bags because they do have places for dogs to use the bathroom in the airport. But I'm gonna be honest with you, your dog probably won't use it because they could do better. I mean, the ones that I've seen, they were, little makeshift ones. I mean, they did what they needed to do, but Bella wasn't feeling it. So she didn't use the bathroom inside of those. She just, waited till we got a little bit closer to the actual gate, and then, that's when she decided to use the bathroom. So I would tell you guys to definitely bring some waste bags because, dogs, they do what they want. They're not about to sit around and wait. If they got to use the bathroom, they got to use the bathroom. So I would tell you guys to bring that to finish up your travel essentials. So let's go into number 3. So for number 3, what could have been number 1, but these things aren't in any particular order, is to have the actual paperwork needed for your dog or animal to actually even fly. Now this paperwork can be found on any of the airlines that you decide to fly with. So if you decide to fly with American, all you have to do is just type in personal companion dog or go on Google and type in flying with my animal and the actual paperwork will pop right up. It's a 3-page PDF file that you have to fill out. Certain parts is for you, certain parts is for your veterinarian, and they have another part for an actual doctor. So it just depends on what type of animal that you're flying with. So you want to look through that to make sure to see exactly what your dog requires. Every dog is a little bit different with every animal, might be a little bit different, but these PDF files you'll need regardless. So these files you keep on you at all times if you have a backpack or whatever the case may be, but you have to keep these files on you at all times. Like I said, for just in case when you get up to your actual gate or you get up to the actual ticketing agent and they're like, whoa, we didn't receive anything. You'll be able to show the documentation showing plus the email showing that, look, I turned this into you, 48 hours prior, so it shouldn't be no issue. So just having that is just to save you. That's all that is. So that's my number 3. So let's go ahead into number 4.
10.
Let's go for main engine start.
So for the 4th takeaway, I would say this is something that's pretty important too because this will involve, you reaching into your pocket just a little bit more. So remember, again, you're traveling with your dog and you have to bring, your animal essentials plus your essentials. So when you put all that together, more than likely, even if you bring another suitcase, regardless, they're going to charge you for that additional suitcase. So if you bring one, just be prepared and know that you'll probably be paying just a little bit more for your bags, because it's a good chance that they'll be overweight. I guess it depends on how much you actually bring for your dog, but even if you bring the bare minimum, more than likely your bag is going to be overweight. But then again, that is discretion depending upon how you actually pack. Some people, you know, pack real light. Me, myself, I packed light, but even still, my bag was still overweight, so I wound up still having to pay, I think it was like, what, $70 for my bag? I can't remember the exact price, but I'm telling you guys, just make sure you have that additional funds to the side, because you never know, you know what I'm saying? The bag prices you might be off a pound, you know what I'm saying? And if the airlines want to charge you more, they can, you know, technically do that. So I would just say, for my number 4, just make sure you have that additional funds to the side for an issue like this. It could be this, it could be anything else, you know. For instance, you can't take water into, you know, the airline. So you'll have to, you know, make sure you have that $5 to the side for that $5 water, just so your dog can drink. Not saying that, you know, they're not worth it, but these are the, you know, additional funds that it'd be good to have to the side for a rainy day, or you know how it is when you're traveling, man. You spend money like that. So let's go ahead and get into our last and final, our 5th takeaway.
And booster ignition, liftoff of Space Shuttle Discovery.
So for our 5th and final takeaway, this one right here is pretty, I guess you would say, it's expected, you know. So the last one I would say is you just have to expect a lot of people to be coming up to you, asking to pet your dog, asking, you know, how long you had your dog, where'd you get it from. You know, you're going to be receiving a lot of questions, especially a French Bulldog. You know, these dogs alone attract a lot of attention just because, you know, in my eyes and in the Frenchie world's eyes, we the best. We the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that everybody's going to come up to you and want to pet your dog, you know, etc., etc. So just be open to that. You know, your dog also needs to be well-mannered, because you'll be other dogs in the airport as well. And that's a part of the documentation that you sign before actually coming aboard or coming actually on the actual flight, is your dog has to be well maintained. As far as aggression, can't be barking, it can't be, you know, any of that towards any other animal or any other human being in the actual facility. So make sure that your dog is well mannered, because if not, it'll be on you. You know, if they accidentally bite somebody or they accidentally break something, you already signed off saying that you'll be held responsible for anything that happened. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys sticking around, tuning in to me and Bella's first actual flight on the airlines. It definitely was a great experience. We'll definitely be taking another flight soon. So if you guys actually took some information or actually learned some things from this actual video, I would greatly appreciate if you can go ahead and press that like button and go ahead and press that subscribe button. Because like I said, over here at Steps Ahead TV, we'll be giving you guys that real raw content each and every week. So if you can, go ahead and like, share, let everybody know about Steps Ahead TV and how we're coming back into 2020 even stronger. Thanks again for tuning in. We're out of here. Peace. Say bye, Bella.